We're doing stage 5 and 6 of Ancient Battlefield. This is stage 5 right now with all these rares. Stage 6 we're going to do with a common and with a different rare that's actually pretty cool for this. Stage 6 is hard, but we're going to get stage 6 done, and we're going to do it with actually lower level heroes. Every cycle, the boss is going to try to stun the person furthest away from him. That's my Hexandra right now. She's got high resistance, so she can resist that stun. And if we resist it, he gets this backlash debuff on himself to where he deals 20% less damage and takes 20% additional damage. I don't really care about dealing 20% additional damage, but you want to get this. You want to make sure that he deals 20% less damage. So the furthest person out there is the one that he's going to do every cycle around and try to stun them. So if you can block it, if you can resist it seems to be the easiest on a healer because you just load them up with, resistant substats, resistance chest piece if you need to, and then put that little heart that we have on our main tank most of the times right there for additional resistance. So that's the resistance. We're not worried about her taking damage. She's actually really tanky, tankier than she needs to be. If you want to put a resistance chest piece on her, go for it. We could do that right now. He is all attack heavy. And this boss every cycle also attacks the person with the highest attack on the team. He'll do a single target attack to them. So if you're wondering why your fragile DPS is being targeted all the time, it's because they have the highest attack. So you might want to put like a defense rune down at the bottom, flat defense, something to mitigate a little bit of damage. Sigrid in here, same thing. If she has the highest attack, which I believe she does, she's going to be the one targeted. We'll see in just a minute. She's got a defense rune down there. And then we've got the quiver on her actually to give her higher attack. All right, then we've got Arena along with the crown. If you have the epic crown, it's going to help out. Decreased defense on this boss helps out enormously. The only thing we're actually worried about on this boss is when he gets increased defense and starts hitting us. The rest of it really is not a big deal. Oh, I forgot. I was trying to give Horus the highest attack on the team and see if he could take that hit and also tank. He couldn't do it. Poor Horus. Okay, so we're in here. We're going to do one-time speed so I can show you everything. This first hit right here at the top, that's just going to try to stun the furthest back person. We resisted it. You see that backlash debuff? It's kind of like the two little swish. That means he's dealing 20% less damage and he's taking 20% additional damage. You don't want your back person stunned, and you definitely want to get that debuff. So you've got to resist it or block it. Now, he just did that move where he switched from shield stance into sword stance. And now he's going to do a sword hit, this next one where it's the sword he's coming up to, on the highest attack person out here. So the highest attack person is my Sigrid, and you can see she got hit there. And what I'm trying to do down below is I'm alternating my decrease attacks. So now I'm going to put Sigrid on full auto after Arena already did hers. Put them both on full auto so the decrease attack is kind of rotating. You don't have to do that, but I think it helps. But it doesn't even matter about decrease attack. What matters is that increased defense and him slamming the ground. So I missed the cycle to explain the rest. So there we go. He's attacking the highest attack. Now he's going to get increased defense and then slam the ground. At the same time, the smartest thing would be to block it. If you have something you can block at that moment to block all buffs, he won't get that increased defense and won't hit you hard. It's the hardest thing he's got. If you can stop him from getting that increased defense buff, not just remove it, but stop him, this fight is simple. Very, very simple. So here it's kind of the normal tank and spank, right? We're resisting everything when he does that. So the first one is resist. This next one is really him removing any buffs. I forgot to mention it. You cannot bring in anybody who has buffs. I'm so used to fighting this and so used to explaining this, I forget things. You cannot bring in any heroes that do buffs. That's no heal over times, no increased defense, those regions, none of those, no increased attack, nothing. So Horus right now, his ultimate is turned off so he doesn't put buffs up, because that one move, the second move, removes all buffs out there and gives him a permanent damage increase. And it's a lot. So just don't bring in anybody that does buffs. HP shields are fine. HP shields do not count as buffs. So bring in HP shields all day. But if somebody has an ultimate, it's easy to turn that off. If you can, use the rest of their skills, if it's worth bringing them in. But just make sure none of your people have buffs. But it's a really easy cycle. You can see the 4 moves he's got. The first move, I'll talk about it in just a minute. Let me get to it, and then we'll talk about it before he dies. Okay, coming up, this last move, he gets increased defense and hits the whole screen and keeps pounding. Really sucks. Keeps pounding until this one, where he's going to try to hit the back furthest person try to stun them. We resist it. Now he's doing 20% less damage. He's taking 20% more. Now he just tried to strip everybody and get that increase. Now he's doing single target to the highest attack person on the team. And then now he's doing it all over again. So pretty simple, easy, cycle to follow. Now to the fun one. We actually have a good 3-person bonus here, giving those 3 people the additional defense, the additional attack, and HP that we need. It's going on our very first one, which is the common Meredith. If you've seen any of my Grave of Venom videos, we're beating Grave of Venom 8 all the way up to 8 with this little common healer that's amazing. And usually I have her at like level 65, somewhere around there. But now I took her up to level 90 so she could survive in here and be kind of my main tank. We've got Hexandra in the back lined up the same way she was before with that resistance, so she can resist that stun. We can get that backlash debuff up on the boss. We've got Arena in here to remove a buff and to do decrease attack. We've got our main character in here as Ice Form to give us those shields. And then we've got Jorana up there, which is a gnome, a lightning gnome that every 3 attacks can remove a buff from the enemy. Every 3 basic attacks. I've turned off her ultimate because her ultimate gives us HP shields based off of her HP. She has really low HP right now. The shields are so small. We're already getting shields from our main character. And basically when she does that ultimate, she is locked in this animation forever and stops doing her basic attack. So I took her ultimate off so she'll just throw her basic attack over and over. 3 basic attacks, we remove a buff. It's like the best and sweetest option I've got for this right now to remove a buff, because this boss doesn't just put up a buff all at once. He puts up a buff at the halfway point and then puts up a buff again to carry himself through all that defensive shield slam. So let's play this out. This is on 6, by the way, not on 5. I tried the other team on 6. I couldn't make it through. I tried a lot of teams on 6. I wasn't having a good time with it at all. Wasn't working out well. I am going to put this on. I'm going to put that crown on because when we do get decreased defense, it makes a big difference. Now, I don't know if that's what's allowing us to win. I doubt it. Let's see how often we get decreased defense up. Make sure we've got that yogurt plus 20 accuracy plus 20 resistance. In the beginning, he's going to try to stun Hexandra in the back. We are resisting it. He gets the debuff up. Now he's going to try to take away any of our buffs, dispel them, and get that permanent damage increase. We don't have any. Now he's going to hit one of our heroes with the highest attack. Whoever has the highest attack, and right now that's my main hero. Now he's getting that increased defense and slamming the ground. Damage, which sucks. Because we don't have anybody in the game to do decreased defense to him. So we've got to block that if we can. Like I said, it'd be so nice if I could block him right now with blocking him for getting buffs. But I don't have anybody in the rare category that can fill that I've found so far. If you know somebody, let me know, please. So we've got Jorana over there, the gnome girl with the pigtailed hair. She's got a little arc wrench. She can, again, put up shields, HP shields based off of her HP, but they're really small right now. And for some reason, she does this big, long, fancy animation. And whenever your heroes do their battle skills or their ultimates, that's their 2 abilities, you stop doing your basic attacks. And I've got her with an artifact that increases her attack speed by 20. It's the little spinner, right? I've got that on her that increases her basic attack speed by 21%. I don't have her in any kind of attack speed gear. I probably should. If I take her up to 90, I would. And if I take her past 90, I definitely would put her in some kind of gear like that, because right now she's in the gear that gives her HP and defense to keep her alive because she's such low level. But man, we're doing 6 right now. 6 is hard. Let me know if you're making 6 pretty easy, especially with a team like this, because man, 6 has been busting my balls pretty bad all night long. That's why I'm late to put out videos, because I was trying to find a way to do 6. I was dedicated to find a free-to-play way to do 6. And when I got this done with a 90 common, 1 rare, another rare, Arena's base stats, though, are pretty terrible. I do love Arena. I've always loved her. I love her 2 AoEs, her ability to do decrease attack and remove a buff. She's the girl in the middle with the book. But her base stats, like defense and stuff, are way low. But luckily, we've got a 3-person bonus with this squad with the 2 lightning. That's our Arena in the middle, and then our little arc gnome on the top, Jorana, and then with our common Radiant up top. So Hexandra doesn't matter, right? Hexandra doesn't care. She's really tanky. She's buffed up. And we're doing okay. We're surviving. Like every rotation, you can see that we're able to get back up life. We're able to get topped off because that amazing heal that Meredith is giving us in the very front, also tanking that basic attack for us. She's doing fine. She's healing everybody by a large amount. And then we've got Hexandra in the back doing her heal along with her battle skill heal, and our main character giving us those shields. Now, if we did take Joranna up to level 100 and we could get her really high HP, but she doesn't really have high base HP. She could do HP shields as well. We could take out that main character and put in somebody better in that slot. Maybe even another healer or something else, right? Something else amazing in that slot instead of our main character. There's other options we could go to that could protect our team more. Plus, that are sturdier than our main character, because that adventurer right now, he's all attack. He's a glass cannon, so he's doing decent shields, but he can't take any hits. But look at this. On 6, we're getting this far. Decrease attack is up at times. Okay, great. We're removing the buffs that the boss puts up every 3 basic attacks with our girl over there, Joranna. She's doing okay with it. She's not perfect. Like, it's taken her a while to come and get like this one off. You can't match up a 3 basic attack rotation on a boss. You just have to make her attacks faster and faster and hope she can eventually get in there and get it at the time you need it, half the time or something. You know, like there are some times where I see it come up and she does another basic and it's gone. It's gone pretty quick. But lately she's like out of tune right now. She's way out of tune. But she does it enough along with Arena that with these little, low-level heroes, I was able to get through 6, and I couldn't do it with my other team. I couldn't do it with multiple other teams. It got dicey, though. It got dicey, but they're low levels. Joranna, the one with the gnome, she doesn't even have any runes because she's not high enough to have runes. Look at that. We got 2 epic runes and then epic rune pieces and then the rare runes as well. That's a good haul, a really good haul. Let me know how you guys are doing here on the Ancient Battlefield. I hope I explained it okay if you made it this far. A lot of times I know the fight so well, or I've been going over it all day trying to make things happen. I forget to mention things like you can't have buffs, or I might forget something. So let us know down below in the comments if I did. Let us know down below if you have a really amazing team that doesn't include legendaries. Maybe there's a choice epic out there that's really killing it for us in this one. That'd be sweet. As always, I appreciate your love and support. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys all in a video soon.